Hi, welcome. Now we're into a new phase of life, and I want to invite you to join me. We're going to be talking about what does it feel like? What is it to be a woman 50 plus? And I say that as I am quickly approaching 60. And what are the changes that we should be making and we want to be making in our life so that we can continue to live, or if you haven't already, start living your best life? So 3 things that have come up that I want to really dive into in the next upcoming videos are the consideration of retirement. And that, of course, involves you and anyone else that you live with, the things that we want to be thinking about, and maybe some plans to put into place now. So we'll be talking about that. And then, of course, the other thing that goes along with that would be relocation. And that's something that my husband and I have been talking about a lot, especially since COVID has hit and we have been home more and had more opportunities to look into other areas that we may want to retire in. So those 2 are the first 2. What does it mean if you're going to relocate? If you're like us and you've lived in your home for over 20 years, I looked around the other day and said, when did I get all this stuff? And that really was an overwhelming feeling of how will I move all this stuff? So we're going to dive in, and I'm going to take you along for that ride. It might be a messy ride, but it's going to be a ride where we look at what's important to us. What do we want to take with us? What could we leave behind? What could we sell? What could we give away? So those are all the aspects of relocating and what's involved in that. What does it entail to relocate? And then finally, imagine our life. Do I really want to live the same life that I lived in my 20s and 30s? My son asked me the other day, Mom, aren't you afraid you wouldn't be able to do? And then he listed a couple of things that I have done in the past. And I said, well, I know that there are things I did in my 20s and 30s that I really enjoyed, but I no longer do them now because other things came along and took the place. It took the time. We only have so much time. And as far as prioritizing goes, one of those things was the birth of my son. And so I just I used to be a scuba diver, and I used to scuba dive. And once I had my child, I realized I didn't have a lot of time to do that. And then when I did have the time to go back to scuba diving, I decided I had been there, done that, and I was on to something different. So that's what we're going to look at. How do you reimagine your life, and what does that look like when you reimagine? Where do you want to be in 10, 20, and perhaps 30 years from now? And how can we make plans now to ensure that we really are living our best life? I'm big on planning because I understand that life has a way of surprising us. The more ready we are, when something surprises us, we don't have to worry about those other things. And so that's really the attitude that I want to take into this is how many things can we do now to prepare ourselves for a big change or something that happens that we weren't prepared for, so that we're not bothered and bogged down by some of those everyday things that we could be doing on a daily basis. So I'm going to take you along with me as I declutter, as I look towards moving a home that I've lived in for a long time. And also, when we get moved, I'm going to take you along to show you how we get moved in and what does it mean to integrate yourself into a new community with new friends and new social activities and new excitement. So if this sounds like something that you would be interested in, I would welcome you, and I would say join in with your comments and your thoughts and anything that you would like to see me talk about, I should say hear me talk about, or anything you would like to see me film so that you could better understand how to do it yourself, and certainly any experiences that you've had that we can all learn from. So welcome to my old subscribers, welcome to my new subscribers, and I guess that's the easiest way to make sure that you follow along with everything that happens over the next few weeks, months, and probably years. Just subscribe, and happy to have you. See you soon.